So last week we talked about Alvin Kamara, who was held without a catch for the first time in his career with Taysom Hill's first start. I think we both, pretty easily disregarded that as sort of a 1 week anomaly, more so than something that we saw persisting. But today, Kamara had 11 attempts on the ground for 54 yards and only 1 reception. So at least he got the reception, managed to turn that into -2 receiving yards. I mean, man, how much slack are we prepared to cut Alvin Kamara here? Because this is starting to feel like a legitimate trend with Taysom Hill under center.
Yeah, I mean, am I bugged for like kind of just disregarding this game in general because they were facing a practice squad wide receiver on the other end, or no? Or do we really have to consider it?
I don't think you're bugged, but I also am starting to wonder a little bit. I don't know. It feels like, because it's one of those things that makes sense. It's like Taysom Hill loves to just be a ball hog, so he's going to rush it, and they're having success with it. He had 2 rushing touchdowns today. What did Latavius have? 2 rushing touchdowns as well? Mm-hmm. I mean, those could have easily gone to Alvin Kamara and he would have salvaged, but the fact that he's not even getting targeted, I mean, I get it. Taysom Hill has the rushing ability and he's going to chuck the ball downfield a few times, but Alvin Kamara is still the best player on the Saints offense, and you're just not even going to give him a shot in the receiving game because Drew Brees is out? That doesn't make sense to me.
Well, do you think it was a factor of them being in the most positive game script that they'll probably be in all season, facing a practice squad wide receiver and a team that was running Wildcat for most of the game? Like, I mean, it was an easy win for the Saints. They were like 15 or 20 point favorites. The Broncos had a implied team total of 10 points, probably one of the lowest of all time, in the new era of football. Do you think that's a factor? Are we considering that? I mean, I'm not disagreeing. I just think that this game is kind of an outlier, and I kind of don't want to consider it, but we do have to consider it because Kamara didn't get any work at all. They were like, hey, you're having a rest day today. It's not your day. We're going to save you for the tougher games. Let's let Latavius and Taysom get the run. They'll score the touchdowns, boost their stats. You already have enough touchdowns.
I mean, I'm willing to buy what you're selling right now. I think that makes a lot of sense, and we've seen enough from Kamara that I've got some faith in him. But let's see what we see in Week 13. The Saints are going to be playing the Falcons, who they played, only 2 weeks ago. In Taysom Hill's first start. It was a more competitive game than this one, but the Saints still handled Atlanta pretty easily. They won 24-9 in that game. If the Falcons can put up a fight or, show the version of the Falcons that they showed today as they just demolished the Raiders, then maybe we'll be in a situation where Kamara is utilized more in the passing game. I mean, if we have a 3rd straight game, and we're talking about this again next week, I won't be so forgiving of Kamara's outlook.